Have you ever felt like the goalposts for buying a home just keep moving further and further away? Well, you're not imagining things. Today, we're going to break down exactly why your dream home might have suddenly gotten a lot more expensive. And believe it or not, it has everything to do with headlines from halfway across the world. Let's connect the dots.
Just look at this number, negative $25,000. Now, this isn't some abstract number from a Wall Street report. No, this is the very real amount of purchasing power that a typical homebuyer in the US has lost. Just poof, gone. So what does a number like that actually mean for someone like you? Well, it means the home you thought you could afford just a few weeks ago might be off the table now. Your budget for that medium-priced house has effectively been slashed, and it happened in the blink of an eye. Okay, so the big question is how? How did this happen so fast? Where did this $25,000 shock even come from? Let's trace this whole chain of events right back to the source. I know what you might be thinking. A military campaign on the other side of the planet affecting my home loan? That sounds like a bit of a stretch, right? Well, as we're about to see, the connection is way more direct than you'd probably think. This timeline really lays out the whole chain reaction perfectly. You see, at the start of 2026, everything was looking up. Top economists were actually predicting a real turnaround for the housing market. Then, bam, the trigger. A military campaign kicks off in Iran, and the immediate impact? Mortgage rates shot up, catching pretty much everyone completely off guard. And this brings us to this key idea, geopolitical instability. Here's how it works. When there's conflict or just a lot of uncertainty on the world stage, investors get nervous. They start pulling their money out of what they see as risky bets, and they rush to put it into safer assets. That sudden scramble for safe stuff drives up the cost of borrowing for everyone else. And yep, that includes the rate on your mortgage. It's that direct link from a global headline right to your local bank. So this one single event didn't just cause a little ripple. Oh no. It triggered a tidal wave that completely flipped the script on what everyone thought was going to happen with the housing market. We're calling this one the Great Reversal. I mean, just look at this contrast. It's night and day. On one side, you have the forecast from just a little while ago, total optimism, a big turnaround was expected. And on the other side, you have our new reality, a whole lot of uncertainty. All those positive predictions are now being thrown out the window as experts try to figure out what's next. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from the economists at the National Association of Realtors says it all, doesn't it? Heading into 2026, economists were expecting a turnaround. Now, not so much. You can practically feel the deflation in that sentence. It's a complete 180 from where they were just a few months ago. So, what does this new market reality actually look like on the ground? You know, who's really feeling the pinch from this sudden shift? Well, this ripple effect is wide, and it touches just about everyone. For homebuyers, it's that direct, really painful loss of about 25 grand in buying power we started with. For real estate agents, it means they've got to, and I quote, hustle harder than ever just to get deals done. And for all those economic experts, well, it's back to the drawing board. Time to scrap the old predictions and start fresh. So, if there's one big thing to take away from all of this, it's just how interconnected everything is. What happens in one corner of the globe can have real, tangible consequences for the price of a home right in your neighborhood. The housing market really doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's plugged right into those world headlines we see every day. And that leaves us all with a pretty important question to chew on. In this super connected world we live in, as you're watching the news, what's the next global headline that could end up hitting your wallet? Definitely something to think about.